Well, Floyd Masson headlining a big Ace boxing card here and fighting for an IBO world title at just your 13th fight. What does that opportunity mean to you?
Yeah, man, it means everything to me. Like, I've put a lot of hard work in, sacrificed a lot, it's going to open up a lot of doors, I just have to win this fight, so it means everything.
It's a really competitive division. We see a lot of noise, I think, around the cruiserweight division, especially domestically here, and guys that we're looking at can take that next step. Do you sort of feel like maybe you're a bit of a sleeper in that division? You're, that bit of a hidden secret?
Yeah, no, definitely. Like, there's obviously the best in the world right now, Jai Albertai. He just won the world title, so he's right there, obviously. And then unfortunately for me, like, we signed that deal with Being Sports and all that, and I haven't been able to fight on the show yet, so this is my first one, so hopefully it will get me a lot more exposure, and everyone will be able to see how I fight, and that I belong up there as well.
And do you think this is an opportunity against an international opponent, as I said, for a title? It really is the coming out party for Floyd Masson?
Yeah, 100%. Like, Fabio's a good tough guy. He's been in there with good guys, and I think it's going to be an exciting fight, and it will just open up the doors, it'll put me up higher rankings and for the other belts, so it will open up a lot of doors, and I'll be able to hopefully fight for some other titles too, and get those big name fights.
Because you don't look past this, but bigger picture, for you feel there's a bigger picture than what you're looking at just on Saturday?
Yeah, 100%, man. I have to win this fight, obviously, so then all the hard work will start paying off. So obviously win this fight, and then it will open up bigger doors. But obviously all my focus is on come April 1st.
And is that the thing that you look at? I mean, it's all a stepping stone in a journey, but now you're starting to get to the really pointy end of it where you can really make some noise?
Yeah, 100%, man. It's just kind of like I'm just taking one fight at a time though, and just obviously putting everything into this fight, win this one, and then obviously go to the next step, keep climbing up the ladder, I guess.
You've been inactive for a little while due to injury and other things, but will that be any factor come the first?
No, I'll be fine. I've always, even though I had a few little injuries and stuff that kept me out and other issues, but I was always, even when I was injured, it was kind of bad. That's probably why I was injured. I was always in the gym training, keeping fit, doing what I could every single day. So it's like the whole year, it feels like I've been in camp, for over a year. So I've always been ready. So. No, it'll be good.
Talking about the build-up and lead up to this, the fight that you're best remembered for so far is that Mark Flanagan fight. Was that a real moment in time fight for you? I mean, against a guy that's been there, done that. He turned up in incredible shape. Anyone that saw it labelled it probably fight of the year. Was that a moment in time for you where you really convinced yourself, well, I'm good enough to be in here with anybody?
Yeah, definitely. Bam Bam, I know how hard Bam Bam trained for that fight too. So it was just, I knew it was the best version of him that I could get. So and it was just one of those things where I was the better man on the night and got the job done. But it just, obviously gives you a lot of confidence and all that. When you're in tough fights like that and overcoming a few things and winning. So it's just kind of now I just got to get to that next step and beat these guys. So, but I feel like I'm improving a lot every day. So, I'm ready, man.
Would it be fair to say you've never faced adversity like you did in that fight before?
Yeah, nah, definitely not. Getting dropped in the first round, and then we had a back and forth fight, and a few obviously injuries in the fight too. But no, it was good though. It was one of those things where it's like I ticked it off the list. I had my war. Now I've got to get back to boxing.
And you certainly did that. I said it was an amazing fight. Now, looking at this fight, your preparation, your camp. Now you've spent considerable time out of the country to give yourself the chance to be the best version of yourself on the first.
Yeah, definitely. We went over to Vegas to train with Steve Rollins. And it was just, getting yourself in a different environment, and there was no distractions over there. Obviously, my wife stayed home. She's pregnant with twins on the way. So, we stayed over there for 7 weeks, and man, all we did was just train, eat and sleep, and just run mountains. So it was just no distractions, man, and we just pushed hard every day, and it was just kind of stepping it up to that next level of training.
How much of a difference did that experience, do you think, make for you as a human being and as a fighter?
Yeah, it just made just got me hungry, man. Like, you know, we're training hard every day and just sticking hard to the basics, but it just made, like, you know, all that hard work's got to pay off. So like I'm gonna, yeah, that's where it's made me just super hungry. Like I'm gonna make sure it pays off April 1st.
Working with the master coach and Steve Rowlands, there's much change for Floyd Masson. Will we see anything different come the
I
1st
think-
of April?
I think we'll just tidy it up on a few things with footwork and punch selection. But yeah, just tidy it up on a few things, and as long as I stay disciplined, we'll be able to see that April 1st.
You talked before about your wife, so expecting any minute now. So that's another big part of this camp as a family on a personal side that you've had to.
Yeah.
I won't say endure, but encounter. I mean, it's happened along the way as
Yeah,
well.
yeah. So like, she could, like, she's ready to have the twins any day now. So I'm hoping that they'll wait for me. So give me 2 weeks, so I get a week off after the fight, can enjoy some food, and go for a surf. But at the end of the day, they'll come whenever they're ready, I guess. But it's good, man. Like, that's why it gives me more motivation for this fight anyway. I have to win it because we've both, she sacrificed a lot too, and I need to start definitely providing for obviously the twins now and Hannah. So I've got a lot to fight for, and it's hard to beat someone when they got something huge to fight for.
It must also be pretty special. Like, if hindsight of this all works out well, you win the fight, the twins come. What a way to remember April.
Yeah, it's a bit of a, it almost sounds like a bit of an April 1st, really. But win the world title, and then the twins are on the way. So man, it's just all kind of happening at once. But I'm just going to take this opportunity with both hands and make sure I win it, man.
But being apart from your wife for a crucial time in your lives as well for your career, it must have been a difficult one as well that you had to make work.
Yeah, definitely. Like, it was almost just like a few people were like, "Oh, you're leaving your wife pregnant," But it was just she was happy with the decision that I would go away, so it was just one of those sacrifices you have to make too, I guess, to get the best out of yourself, and at the end of the day, it's all going to pay off for them too after I win this fight. So
she's a big part of your life. I know that's an obvious statement, but I mean, what she's done for you and the partnership that you guys have to help you achieve your dreams is really important part of this story as well.
Yeah, like, it's a bit of that kind of story that you've heard a few times before, but like, I was, as soon as I turned pro, I wanted to dedicate 100% to the sport. So she worked full time to provide. We're living off her wage, and I was doing the odd PT and the odd class here and there just so we could get by. But I was pretty much just training full time, getting the odd little bit of PT money just to get by, so she's like sacrificed a lot. And then obviously I moved over here, and she's came over here, and same sort of gig. So now it's my turn to change that around, and I'll be the one bringing the money, I guess.
So what would it mean to you at the end of this fight to be able to say, look what I've won?
Oh man, it'll just mean everything. It'll be my dream come true. So it'll just, it just feels like it's meant to happen, and I feel like it's already I feel like I'm 100% confident that after this fight I'll have that bout, and we'll be on our journey, I guess.
You talked about your sacrifice or career decisions to chase this. You mentioned there before that this is not a hobby for you. This is a career. This is how you plan on making a living. This is who you are. It's not boxer / something else. It's Floyd Masson, boxer, full stop.
Yeah, 100%, man. It's literally box. Ever since I started, that was my mentality when I was like 15. That's all I ever thought it was. Back then I would work part-time jobs or jobs that would work around boxing. So, and then if it didn't, I would leave that job to it was just boxing everything. So, man, it just means everything to me. So I have to make this fight work out because I have to win no matter what. So, it's all this hard work and sacrifice and dedication, and it's not going to go to waste.
Why that mentality? What is it about it, or why, or even at 15 years of age, to fast forward to today,
Man,
you made that decision? And you know, as kids, we make a lot of
Yeah.
decisions around what might turn out to be outlandish statements, but this is something you've literally done since you're 15.
Yeah, well, it was more just I was a bit lost, I reckon. Like I went from I tried every single sport you could ever think of, and I was just, I don't know, I wasn't too happy too at times. And man, as soon as I found boxing and gave it a crack, it changed my whole life. So, and ever since then, it was like something just I just knew I could be a world champ. I don't know why. I just kind of just had that burning desire, and I just gave everything to it. Because the thing was like I would commit. If I found something, I would commit 100% to it. Nothing else mattered. I would be 100% all in. And then, but I wasn't. I would be all in, and then I'd be like, "Nah, I suck at this," and then I would change, just constantly change. And then I finally found boxing, and it changed my life. So, it made me who I am today, I guess.
So you did find love in the glove.
Yeah, there we go. 100%.
And so that's growing up. Perth, your background is you're from New Zealand originally,
Yeah,
obviously?
so from New Zealand, I started boxing in New Zealand, and then that brought me over to Perth. And then obviously I was boxing over there, and then got brought over from Angelo and Glenn to Brisbane.
Why the move from Perth to Brisbane, and now you call Brisbane home, or your family calls Brisbane home?
Yeah, it was just over in Perth, we're so isolated, so it was real hard to get fights and just to progress in my career. So and when COVID hit, man, we were locked down pretty bad. So couldn't really fight, couldn't do nothing. All I was doing was training hard every day. I was training even more than usual. So and then we got in contact with Glenn and Angela, and they brought me over here and got me to where I am today.
They believe in you. Must make a big difference for you as well.
Yeah, 100%. When someone's backing you and then supporting you overseas, putting you in those camps and investing everything into you, it means a lot, and it goes a long way. Yeah.
So your obsession for boxing now, when you get, you look at your Instagram handle when ring announcer reads your name, it's BOD. Tell me about that.
Oh, that was because we're kind of like from a surfy sort of skatey town in a way.
Yeah.
So it was all like skate or die, surf or die. We would, you would say that if you're skating around. And then a group of us and mates, we were like, man, no, screw that, box or die. And then it kind of just stuck around. So we were just, we all ended up, we were like 17 or something. And after Golden Gloves or something, we were like, let's go get BODs tattooed on our lead hands. So we all there's a group of us that all got BOD. I'm just carrying it on into the pro ranks, I guess.
Any of those guys still fighting, or is it just you?
Nah, it's just me now. They were all amazing amateurs. Like they all had 140 fights, or even more. Multiple New Zealand champs. But unfortunately, they got not unfortunately, they've all got families now, and
just chose a different path.
Yeah, just chose a different path.
So as a part of that too, you think, well, I carry this legacy with me as well.
That 100%. They're coming over to watch this fight, so it'll be. I haven't seen them for a while, so it'll be good to see them and carry it on, to win this fight too. So it'll be awesome, man.
So you're just obsessed with boxing. That it's just an obsession for you.
Yeah, it's everything to me, man. It's all I've ever thought about since I started. So yeah, and I just. Man, it's just it's just who I am, I guess, it's just who I am.
Another thing that's who you are that's really taken off, Floyd's Daily Devotions. Tell me about that.
Yeah, there we go. So that's why it helps me keeps me in boxing too. It feels like I feel like everyone's put on earth to do something, obviously, and I feel like boxing's what I should be doing, where I could keep a testimony, and because there's a lot of people out there that that can influence people in the wrong way, and I tried to keep my testimony good and influence the right people, sort of thing. So it's kind of just those daily devotions are good because I believe words have power. So if you talk mean to someone, they'll feel sad and upset, or if you hype someone up, they'll feel real good and comfortable. So words have power, man. So I believe speaking the gospel out there will, it could help someone, you know.
But you have a strong faith. That's a big part of who you are.
Yeah, definitely. Like, you know, I always put that first. At the end of the day, like boxing is like, you know, I believe there's nothing without that. So it's always God first, and then obviously my wife and all that, and then boxing, obviously. So, but I believe nothing without God is like, you know, boxing doesn't work without God for me.
Have you done your daily devotion today, or can we put you on the spot now?
Oh man, I got to actually look. Because, it feels like I'm starting to run out. Even though there's so many daily devotions, there's just the ones that, obviously, there's the common one. I could do a common one that I've done before. So you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. That's a famous athlete one. Because you'll hear every athlete say that. I could do all things through Christ who strengthens me.
Well, he certainly strengthens you at the moment, so it's been an incredible ride so far, and I'm sure there's a lot more to come. Thanks for sharing your story, and we look forward to seeing you in the ring on the 1st.
Appreciate your time, James.